Hello and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic kick butt day today so far. So guys, today's video I'm really excited for. What we're going to be doing is taking a look at some of the things that I desperately want to see coming in the next Brawl Stars update, or maybe just an update around the corner here in the near future. Now, I'm not talking about the staple new brawler or new game mode, anything like that, even though that is really cool and I definitely wouldn't complain if we got something like that in the next update. What I'm talking about is the actual gameplay experience. What I want to see in the game is something different from the hopping into Brawl Stars, playing a few game modes, getting the star tokens, star keys, and hanging out with friends and trophy pushing, the monotonous trophy pushing behind it. I want to see something else, maybe like challenges, things to spice up the gameplay, maybe something else to work towards or complete or accomplish other than goals set by yourself for trophy milestones or things along those lines. And of course, we're also going to be going over some selfish things that I find really awesome within the Brawl Stars community that I would love to see implemented into the game. So guys, hopefully you're all excited for today's video. Let's hop straight away into it. Here we go. Alrighty guys, so the very first thing that I would love to see implemented or changed just slightly inside of Brawl Stars is to the different currencies that we have in the game right now. Now, I'm not talking about a full-blown get rid of coins, get rid of tokens, get rid of power points. I don't want that. We've definitely been through our fair share of changes to the currencies that we have in the game, especially through beta release and things along those lines. I'm talking about a slight tweak to the importance behind each one of them. You'll most definitely see throughout your time playing Brawl Stars that some of the different currencies in the game have a little bit more importance behind them, especially during each phase of your account's progression. For example, right away in the beginning of the game, when progression is the most important for keeping players interested in the game, that coins are incredibly hard to come by. It's the rare commodity inside the game. You can have power points upon power points upon power points, but you just don't have enough coins to upgrade your brawlers, and that's very important to feel like your account is moving in the right direction. A sense of progression on your account. It can get very frustrating seeing all those green lines underneath your brawlers awaiting to be upgraded, but you have 0 coins, and you come back each day trying to get a few more coins to level up your favorite brawler. Now take a look at the very polar opposite of the spectrum of what we're discussing right now for accounts like mine or pro players in the community where we've been maxed out for a very long time. The excess reserve of coins is absolutely insane to the point where it's getting almost ridiculous. I have 150,000 coins on this account just sitting there awaiting to be spent. Now when people come on my YouTube channel, they see that amount and they think to themselves, wow, how the heck does that happen? Well, I've had my account maxed out for a very long time, and I feel like myself included, along with pro players or people that have their accounts maxed out, they feel like they want to do something with that currency. I mean, it is a currency in the game. It's meant to be spent on something, and I would love it to be very simple, like helping out my community, my club mates. I know a lot of my club mates are free to play, and I know a lot of you guys are free to play as well, and having 1,500 coins in order to afford a star power in the shop would be pretty dang cool if you don't have that amount of coins. And you know what? 1,500 coins is literally nothing to me. I would give that so quickly to someone in my club because it would help out my club in the long run to be able to get quicker trophies. Because you're maxed out, you can use a star power on that certain brawler. And then other things that people have been flirting with for gold, or I should say coins, being spent somewhere could be just like special shop offers, like a exclusive skin for a particular brawler getting to a certain trophy amount, because normally when you have this much coins and you're maxed out, your account is pretty well established. It's been progressed throughout, maybe maxed out. Maybe reaching a certain milestone could be awarded with a skin in the shop for reaching like 12,000 trophies, and you could purchase it with coins. I feel like that'd be so freaking awesome. Quite personally, I just want something to do with my coins. I'm sick of looking at all that amount. It's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong, but I feel like a currency is meant to be spent inside of a game, you know? So the next thing that I would love to see implemented inside the game is a concept such as this thought up by Mitris, and it's about quests. Now, it doesn't have to be quests necessarily. I would just love to see something else that you can do on the side that isn't the monotonous trophy pushing. The trophy pushing inside of Brawl Stars is mainly goals set by yourself, trying to achieve a certain milestone that you haven't achieved quite yet. In the earlier stages of your progression, it's governed by unlocking stuff on the trophy road, which is also really cool. You get that sense of progression. You're unlocking things. It's really fun. But once you hit a certain point, you get to the point where you're constantly setting goals for yourself, trying to get to this next milestone. Maybe it's like 12,000 trophies, 13,000 trophies, and then once you hit it, it's good. It's dandy. You hit it, and then it's on to the next one. But I feel like with games like Brawl Stars, you want something to do that's kind of on the side, something else that you can work towards that isn't that trophy pushing. And we do have certain things in a game like that, like your mini games on the weekends, and that's completely fine. It's really fun to play those games, but I'm talking about other things, like when you see in Clash Royale, when you have like the 20-win challenges, it's not necessarily trophy pushing, but it's something that you can work towards, and you get a reward at the very end for getting there. And quests kind of have that as well, where you're trying to do something and unlock something or complete something other than just trophy pushing, and I find that very, very fun, and I would love to see something along those lines implemented inside of the game, so it's not just hopping on Brawl Stars, trying to get some more trophies, and adding that to your profile or anything like that. I would love to see something implemented like the 20-win challenge in Clash Royale. Doesn't necessarily have to be that, but the concept behind it, where you're doing something other than the main point of the game, trophy pushing. So moving on to the next one, and I feel like this one is a little bit more selfish than the other ones, and that is Endgame Rewards inside the game. And the reason it's selfish is because a lot of different players are definitely not at the level of some of the pro players in the community, or even at like 10,000 trophies or plus. I feel like you're more the minority if you're that high up in trophies. You've been playing the game for a little bit longer. This game has only been out for a very short time since Global, so the main demographic are like 4,000, 5,000, or even lower in trophies, so that stuff isn't as important. But the demographic of like pro players of 10,000 and plus, the rewards start to become a little bit less important to them. When you're getting to this point in the game, maybe like 12,000 trophies, or I would say maybe like 13,000 trophies, you probably already have all the brawlers, or you're close to getting all those brawlers, and maybe quite possibly you're maxed out at that point. And then coins and things along those lines just don't seem like a good reward. Like, taking a look, if you get to 13,000 trophies, you get 300 coins, which, of course, when you're maxed out, I already have 150,000 coins. It's not really something that I feel like is worth pushing to 13,000 coins. You know what I mean? Even like a mega brawl box isn't that crazy rewarding of getting at 14,000 trophies. I feel like when it comes to this point, when you're that high in trophies, the in-game rewards like currencies and stuff like that isn't that important at all. I feel like it's all like bragging rights, where once you reach that milestone, you can tell your buddies that you got that milestone by something that you have in the game, maybe like an exclusive skin. And I've been talking about this for the longest time, like unlocking something that signifies you got to 18,000 trophies, rather than going on your profile and that being the only badge of honor that you have for getting that high up. I mean, I just had an interview with OG. He got to 22,000 trophies, which is crazy, absolutely insane. But all that's left to kind of commemorate that achievement, that all that hard work, pushing 10 hours a day, is 22,000 trophies on his profile, you know what I mean? And the kind of bragging rights behind that. I would love to see something else added to that, and like I said before, it's more of a selfish one because the demographic doesn't really translate to this. A lot of the players in the game, probably 80% or more, are like 5,000 and lower. But it would always be something to strive for. When you see that cool skin in the shop and you're at 5,000 trophies, I feel like it'd be something that people would like to push for, you know what I mean? Alrighty guys, so the very next one is about free-to-play progression. Of course, I really don't have that much right to speak on the matter because I'm a dirty gemmer. I'm a pay-to-win guy. I wouldn't say pay-to-win. It's more like pay-to-make fun YouTube videos, which is, I think, okay. But when it comes to free-to-play progression, it's pretty dang slow in the beginning. And like I said before, when you're progressing inside the game, it's important to have that constant flow where you're getting something new every day, or you are getting that brawler, your main brawler. Maybe you're like an El Primo main to the next level and you feel accomplished because of that. And in the very beginning, I find it's pretty dang hard to get like certain brawlers, like the epic brawlers and the mythics and legendaries. Man, I remember way back in the day when I was free to play, it took me a very long time to get legendary brawlers, and it almost pushed me over the edge, or I should say it did, to actually start spending money in the game in order to get the legendary brawlers. And of course, for games like Supercell, like Brawl Stars, Clash Royale, and Clash of Clans, a big thing for them is to create games that people will love for a long duration of time, keep people playing and enjoying the community that is wrapping around it. And I totally get that, and I commend Brawl Stars and Supercell in general for making their games like that. Whenever you see a new app come out, a lot of the time it's one of those apps that you play for a day, you delete it, and it's not really long term. Where you have a game made by Supercell like Clash of Clans or Clash Royale, you're kind of committed to it. It's like something that you come back to each day, and I love that feeling so much, and especially with Brawl Stars. But I definitely understand the frustration behind not being able to get a certain brawler inside Brawl Stars. Maybe you're hunting for a mythic brawler, you really want that Mortis because Mortis is freaking amazing, but it's just sometimes unattainable. It takes so many brawl boxes to get that one brawler. When you're trying to draw correlations to like Clash Royale and Brawl Stars. Clash Royale's not a huge deal if you don't get that legendary brawler or legendary card that you want, because you can build a really solid deck out of commons and rare cards in the game where you're getting donations from your club or your clan mates. I'm getting them confused. The clan mates, and you can level up a certain specific deck that you really click with and be successful with it, going up against players that are a little bit higher level than you and being successful in that. Where if you don't have a handful of brawlers and you're free to play and you're trying to progress in the game when it comes to trophy pushing, it can be a huge hindrance when you don't have like 3 brawlers in the game, where your max could be like 14,000, but you're sitting at like 11,000 because you're missing a few brawlers, getting them to 500 trophies or things along those lines. So I feel like it has a little bit more impact inside Brawl Stars if you can unlock certain brawlers, and that kind of adds to the frustration as well. Oh, also, as you guys know, I'm not free to play in the game. I spend gems to make YouTube videos and things along those lines, but I'm working on something that has kind of shown me the light of how difficult it can be to be a free-to-play player, and how difficult it can be to get enough gems to purchase things in the game, like legendary offers, and that video is going to be coming up very, very soon, guys. The numbers is absolutely insane, and I think I bit off a little bit more than I can chew, but I'm rambling. Let's get into the next thing. Here we go. Now, for the very final thing at the end of the video, and I'm saving it for the end of the video because it is extremely selfish, stuff that I want desperately to come because I want it, baby, and that is specific skins in the game. Now, I'm sure you all know who Getty Core is by now. If you don't, you've been living under a rock. This man gets so many karma over on Reddit. It's absolutely insane. Every single post he gets 5K upvotes, 6K upvotes, because the man is talented and he has some reputation in the Brawl Stars community for being an absolute beast when it comes to artistry for skins. But some of the stuff that I would love to see in the game, for example, a bow remodel. It doesn't have to be this, but just a bow remodel. It's been a while since bow has gotten a little bit of love, and I feel like it's kind of on the weaker end of how he looks in the game. There's a little weirdness to him, I guess you could say, but a bow remodel, maybe a new skin would be freaking amazing. We'll love that for sure. But keeping a look at it, like, this would be so dang cool. I was really appreciating the headband. Like, he's a blind bow, he's using the senses, and you know, like, it fits his voice acting because it sounds like kind of like a spiritual dude, like he's connected to nature and stuff like that. I love that. So I'd love a bow remodel such as this with the headband where you can't see. I love that concept. Now taking a look at some of this stuff when it comes to Mortis. Guys, you know my huge love for Mortis. Mortis is by far my favorite brawler in the game. Love him to death. I would love to see a Night Witch remodel like this. That'd be so dang cool. I feel like this one looks really, really good. She's got like, or I should say he's got like the cape. It looks a lot like Night Witch Mortis, and I feel like it's not as like goofy. It's more of like a serious take on what Mortis would look like if it was a Night Witch skin. Now moving on to some of the stuff that I literally almost had a heart attack over by how much I want these skins in the game. Obviously this is freaking amazing. This is one of his most recent ones for Barley. Super funny. I would definitely buy this in a heartbeat. But taking a look at some of the Mortis skins. Oh my goodness. This fits so dang good with the bull, the football bull. We have Hockey Mortis. I would love that. It's kind of fitting like a certain theme in the game. I don't know what they would implement it for, because I believe they introduced the football bull skin for the Super Bowl when it was coming out. So I don't know how they would fit this in, but hey, I would love it. And then this one. I saw this today, and oh my goodness. Look at this. So this isn't Getty Core. This is Icy Tam Tam. And man, we have Forest Mortis. His super would be Leafs, where he throws out, and just look how freaking awesome he is. He's got a snake skin for his scarf. He's got green hair. He's got wooden cape. I don't know. This skin literally makes me so happy. And big shout out to Icy Tam Tam. Go upvote this comment. It's going to be in the link in the description down below, or this post. Link in the description down below. So freaking good. Please. I want this skin so bad. But you know, the argument is Mortis already has a bunch of skins, and I understand that, but it's my favorite brawler. You can only hope. You can only dream. But yeah, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed the video. I just wanted to go over some of the things that I've been thinking about a lot in Brawl Stars. It's not necessarily like a bad thing. Of course, Brawl Stars is one of the best games right now in the whole mobile gaming hemisphere. I feel like it is such a solid game. It has so much potential for esports, so much potential for a lot of things for the game to be successful. And I love this game to death. I would just love to see some of the things being implemented in the game. And a lot of the stuff that we discussed in today's video is kind of long-term stuff. We kind of got to look at the demographic in the game, what I kind of touched on earlier in the video, where a lot of people playing are somewhat new to Brawl Stars. They don't have a lot of trophies, so some of the stuff like quests or end game or late game progression, like having new skins or things along those lines that we touched on, kind of doesn't make sense until you're a little bit later in Brawl Stars lifespan, you know, where a lot of people could actually obtain those at 12,000 trophies once they start pushing that high. But guys, it's just stuff that I would really like to see in the game, some of the stuff that I've been thinking about. But yeah, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to slap a like on it. I really appreciate that. Also, consider hitting that subscribe button down below and being a part of the Ray fam. We would love to have you. So guys, with that being said, make sure to keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we will see you in the next video. Peace out.